Hey guys, it's me again. So, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I've been busy with school and stuff. But now that school is over, I'm gonna be able to make more videos for you guys. So, this is probably gonna be the most controversial video I've ever done, but it's the fighting games tier list. So, I hope you guys are ready for this one. I got my categories right here. We got S, A, D, B, C, D, and I don't know. Those should be pretty self-explanatory. IDK meaning I haven't seen enough of them at a higher level to really rank them. So yeah, so to start it out, we got Cross Tekken. Um, a lot of people like to dump on Cross Tekken. I enjoyed Cross Tekken for what I played and for what I've seen. Um, I feel like it was a pretty good game brought down by a lot of bad business decisions. I'm gonna put it in B for right now. Street Fighter One. Street Fighter One is dookie. Don't play that game. Like you can play it in the anniversary collection, I think, but don't do it. It's not worth it. Like it started the series, which I can appreciate, but it's not something you'd ever want to go back to. Easy D tier for me. If I can put it in the right spot, there we go. Street Fighter Two. Street Fighter Two is not a very balanced game. I'm treating this as if it's Super Turbo because there's only one Street Fighter Two here. So let's just pretend this is Super Turbo. Super Turbo was not a very balanced game, but it was a very important game for what it was. Street Fighter Two was a very important game in general. So I'm good. So for those reasons, I'm gonna put it in A tier. Alpha Street Fighter Alpha One. Uh, I don't know too much about Street Fighter Alpha 1, to be honest. I've only seen what Maximilian has uploaded, and from what I gathered, not too many people really care about Alpha 1. I haven't seen nothing game at a high level, so I'm just gonna put it at IDK. Alpha 2 is a different story, on the other hand. I've seen a lot of Alpha 2. A lot of people have been praising Alpha 2, and I can definitely see why. I'm gonna put it go here. Alpha 3, this is going to be the first hot take of the video. I personally think Alpha 3 is better than Alpha 2, and the reason why is because Alpha 3 just seems to have a lot more mechanical depth than Alpha 2 does. I feel like there's a lot more freedom of expression in Alpha 3 than there's in Alpha 2, with all the isms and stuff. With Aism, Xism, and Vism. Yeah, Vism is kind of problematic, but it has its own balancing mechanics to give it its own weaknesses, same as with the other ones. I also like how if both players choose Xism, you can basically play a Street Fighter 2. So that's something to appreciate. I think that's kind of funny. Third Strike. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't really enjoy watching Third Strike all that much, but I do acknowledge that it's a very fundamentally sound game. But the only thing that I can really say bad about it, it's the balance. Like Third Strike is not a very balanced game at all. With characters like Sean be like so much worse than characters like Chun Li or Yun. But other than that, it's a fundamentally sound game. I just don't enjoy it very much. Street Fighter Four. Street Fighter Four is inherently flawed. Um, I have it. I personally, I think it's the Street Fighter game that I've played the most. Um, it's Street Fighter Four was a good game. It just had its issues. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Uh, Street Fighter Five. Now, I played Street Fighter Five when it first came out, and let me tell you, Street Fighter Five had the worst launch of any fighting game I've ever seen. Like, the roster was pitiful. It had no content, no arcade mode, nothing. Right? Of course, it's better now. What with Champion Edition and Arcade Edition before that, but it took a long time to get to this point. And even now, Street Fighter Five still has its own issues. So I'm gonna say it's right there with Street Fighter Four. Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament was a very unique fighting game in my opinion. It's very unique, very interesting. It has a lot of systems that you don't really see in other fighting games, and I find it very enjoyable to watch. So I'm gonna put Pokken in B tier. Tekken 1, it's kind of like Street Fighter 1, where it started the franchise, but it's not something you want to go back to. D tier. Same thing with Smash 64. Or, but, yeah. Melee. Melee is a similar situation to Third Strike in that it's not a very balanced game, but it's so influential and so fundamentally sound that I had to respect it. So it gets an S tier from me. Brawl was bad. Like Brawl had potential to be decent, but Meta Knight ruined that game, right? So I had to put it in D. Smash 4. Smash 4 is alright. It's also the Smash game that I played the most of, because I played the heck out of that game in 3DS. So I have to acknowledge it. Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate probably has the best balance of any Smash game to date. It's also designed to be the most competitive. Like obviously Melee is more competitive, but it wasn't designed to be that way. Like a lot of its more competitive mechanics, just L canceling and wave dashing and stuff like that. Those are glitches. Like a lot of people don't know that they're glitches and stuff like that. Soul Edge. Do I need to say more? Soul Calibur. I haven't seen much of Soul Calibur 1, so I had to put it there. Soul Calibur 2, on the other hand, it's a really good game. Solid. I can't put it in the S tier though, because I don't enjoy it as much as the other game. Soul Calibur 3, don't know enough about it. Soul Calibur 4, I played Soul Calibur 4, and I liked what I played, but the balancing is really, really bad, and the Star Wars characters kind of like ruin the whole experience. Tekken 2, don't know enough about Tekken 2. Soul Calibur 5, it was better than 4, from what I remember, but not by very much. Soul Calibur 6 is the first really good Soul Calibur game in a long time. So it has to go in B tier. Mortal Kombat 1, trash. Mortal Kombat 2, slightly better. Don't know enough about Mortal Kombat 3. Same with Mortal Kombat 4 and Armageddon. Mortal Kombat X. It was a good game, but like Street Fighter 4, it was inherently flawed. And I feel like Mortal Kombat 11 is on the same level currently. Don't know enough about Virtual Fighter. Tekken 3 was very influential in for the Tekken community. A lot of people say that this is their favorite Tekken game. I have to put respect on it, but I can't put it any higher because it didn't age very well. Don't know enough about these guys. As for Virtual Fighter 5, Virtual Fighter 5 is one of the most unique 3D fighting games I've ever seen. MVC 1 is probably the most balanced Marvel vs. Capcom game, but that's not saying much because the other games are incredibly imbalanced. Uh, um, but I think it's a good game. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, come on. Did you guys really expect anything different? I mean, it's Marvel 2. It's like the Marvel 2 changed everything. It invented the three character teams. It brought back assists in a whole new way. It just changed everything for Marvel versus Capcom. And Ultimate Marvel 3, I think Ultimate Marvel 3 is right next to Marvel 2 in quality. And the reason why is because with Marvel 3 and Marvel 2, you can play those games forever and never get bored, right? And I feel like the reason why is because there's such in depth of character expression and team expression and stuff like that with both of those games. And when it comes to character freedom and all that other stuff, Marvel 3 and Marvel 2 are kind of the kings when it comes to that. Marvel Infinite, Marvel Infinite wasn't as bad as a lot of people made it out to be, but it wasn't all that good. Gotta put it in the C tier. Dead or Alive, don't know too much. Tekken Tag 1, don't know too much about it. Same with Tekken 4. Tekken 5, Steve destroyed Tekken 5. Was about this in general. Bob made Tekken 6 an esports joke. Tekken Tag 2 was goated, but it did have its fair share of balancing issues. I got an S tier. Tekken 7 is probably the most balanced Tekken game yet. I think I did something. Hold on. Give me a second. Where did I put Tekken 7? There we go. Put Tekken 7 in S tier. So it has the biggest roster outside of Tag 2, and it has a lot of unique characters. It has the best balance and all that stuff. Also, the guest characters are great. Dead or Alive 2, can't say nothing about those. Or 3. Dead or Alive 4, it was alright. Same with Dead or Alive 5. I don't know enough about Dead or Alive 6 to really give an opinion. KOF, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't really know any of these except for KOF 98. I know KOF 98 was goated. KOF 99, 2002. I don't know why they didn't put 2000. That's 2000. By the way, that's not 2002. I don't know why they didn't put 2002 on this list, but 2002 probably would have been 2002 probably would have been S tier. Like, being real here. Also an S tier game, we got KOF 13. KOF 13 is probably one of the best looking 2D fighting games I've ever seen. Like, that game is absolutely gorgeous. And then we have KOF 14, which is anything but. It's gotta go in D tier for me. BlazBlue, amazing, gorgeous, a lot of characters, very deep mechanically, just amazing. I don't know about Guilty Gear 1 or X. Plus R was amazing. It goes in the same category. X Hard, I didn't. X Hard goes in the same category as the other two, I think. yeah, Blaze Blue plus R and XR are in the same category for me. BB Tag, BB Tag is also inherently flawed, but even more so than Street Fighter 4 and 5. Uh, bring that. Yeah, I think Street Fighter 4 is actually better suited for B tier because I even Street Fighter 4 had a better launch than Street Fighter 5, if I remember correctly. Um, yeah, I just enjoy Street Fighter 4 more than I do 5. That's just my opinion. Dragon Ball Fighters, it basically filled the hole that Marvel versus Capcom left, but he's not much I can really say in it. I don't know too much about the old Killer Instinct games. 2013 Killer Instinct, I played the best out of. I still have it right now. Um, Killer Instinct is like goaded. Like it shade, like it reintroduced Killer Instinct to a new audience. It's probably the best way possible. Okay, so wait, let me just put my placement here. PlayStation also goes in A. Now, before you guys attack me, let me explain, okay? You guys haven't seen, most of you haven't seen PlayStation All Stars at a high level, but I have. And it is probably the most hype I have ever been watching a fighting game in a long time. I know PlayStation All Stars is mechanically flawed, with healing having to be with the super move, but I still enjoyed the game for what it was. I played the mess out of it when I had it, Spike Main all day. And I know it's had flaws, but I just enjoyed the game way too much. I'm sorry. Unite in Birth. Gotta go an A tier. Solid game. Can't say too much about it. Injustice 1 wasn't that good. I played it. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't that good. Injustice 2 was a bit better. Not by too much, though. Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. It's. I gotta put it there. And the reason why is because I think that it is better than Brawl. Although it is horribly unbalanced, not nearly to the extent that Brawl was. And there's way too much nostalgia for me concerning that game that I just have to put it there. Shrek Super Slam, come on. Everybody knows Shrek Super Slam is God tier. Like, if there was an SS tier, it would easily go in SS tier. But, yeah, that is my fighting game tier list. Just gonna zoom out here so you can see it in all of its glory. And yeah, with that being said, this is Kameke the Killer 234 signing off.